Hello and welcome back to a new video. Today we have another deck list video, and sorry but I changed the mat to this normal black mouse pad I have. It's very boring, but it's going to be the new background for probably about a few weeks. But these deck list videos have been doing really well, so I've just been doing another one now, and there will be probably a few more in the future. But we are going over a completely new deck today, something I played last night, and I did quite well with it. I think it was quite good, but there's definitely going to be some changes that I might put into the deck, which I might go over in future. And yeah, so we're just going to get cracking into it. And we have a Dragapult EX deck profile. This is for the Prismatic Evolutions format. Since those cards are now legal as of last Friday, I'm pretty certain, because you gotta wait 2 weeks before the set comes out, and then the cards are legal for the TCG. But Dragapult EX, what does it do? It does Phantom Dive, which is your main attack, and it puts 6 damage counters on your bench Pokemon any way you like. Basically, you hit hard, you spread damage, and then you can do some wacky combos with some other cards in the deck, which I'll showcase later on. But moving the deck to a side, and I'll just put that here. Feel free to screenshot the deck if you want to, or feel free to critique in the comments. But so far we have 3 Dragapult EXs. There is no Charizard or anything. This is just straight Dragapult. But as I said, you hit hard, you spread damage counters, and you can do some funky plays with some of the other cards in the deck. But our main draw engine of the deck is the Dragcloak with that ability Recon Directive. Once during your turn, you may look at the top 2 cards of your deck, put one in your hand, put the other at the top of the deck. Bottom of the deck, sorry. But what this means is you are able to dig through your deck and selectively pick which cards you want to use. It's similar to Comfey's flower selecting ability, but you don't lose the cards, which is the benefit, and it just goes to the bottom of the deck instead. So 4 Dracloak, and then obviously 4 Dreepy to allow that setup. I played this deck, as I said, last night, and I went 2-1, which is pretty good. I thought it was okay. My loss to this deck was because I made a major misplay, so that was completely my fault. But moving on to the other cards, this is where the combo can come out. So 2 Duskull with that, and then the Dusclops 1. So with that ability Curse Blast, allowing for the Dusclops to put 5 damage counters on your bench Pokemon. And you can kind of see where this is going with the 2 Dusknoir with that Curse Blast, but this time doing 13 damage counters. So basically, you are able to spread damage with Curse Blast and Phantom Dive, and you can take big knockouts. So an example I can give of this is when I played against Charizard last night, I Curse Blasted to Charizard EX, putting it down to 200, which is then perfect for a Phantom Dive, and then use this Dusclops to Curse Blast to Charmander on their bench, and to do Phantom Dive and take 3 prizes in that one minigame. So that's kind of the goal you want to do with this deck. You just want to put damage counters on the board, and then just completely sweep your opponent's board straight away. So that's basically, but new cards, we have 2 Budew with that Itchy Pollen attack for free. It does 10 damage, and your opponent can play items in this card. This card is very, very, very good. There's a lot of hype for this card. I think current prices are about like £1 to about £2 each. I think I paid probably about £1.50 for some of mine. But we're going to chuck those in that corner there. I'm going to try and fit it all in frame so that it'd be easier to take a screenshot. But Budew is a very good card for decks against Charizard, for example. Not allowing them to play Rare Candy, Buddy, Nest Ball, Ultra Ball, all that sort of stuff is very, very damaging to that sort of deck. It's very damaging for any kind of deck if they want to get set up. So for me, I kind of just wanted to go second and then just Itchy Pollen straight away. So that kind of can help. But other than that, Budew is so far a really good card. But we have a Serendipity EX, and that is it for all the Pokemon. Serendipity, I've shown it on this channel probably before, but flip the script allows you to draw 3 cards. Pretty simple, but we are going to move on to the items now. The decklist video for the Gardevoir video, I got to say, is currently sat on probably about 400 views, and it's been doing crazy good. I'm very happy for it to do very well. And if you are new here, be sure to subscribe and be sure to like. And definitely leave me a comment on your thoughts on decks, or what decks you want me to review in future. Because I do read all of my comments, pretty much. I read all of my comments. And so I am very interested to know what you guys think. Going to be trying doing some more openings as well, but I've just been buying so many cards that I kind of just focus on buying the cards I need for decks or just my personal collection rather than just opening product. But I will open product sometime soon. But anyway, enough yapping. Moving on to double nest ball, allowing us to search for a basic Pokemon, put it onto our bench. And with that, we run 4 Buddy Buddy Poffin. So these are all the setup cards that we kind of want to use going straight away. We don't really want to use these cards late game, but we can use 2 Ultra Ball. These are for late game. You can use these for late game to search out evolution Pokemon, so you can search out the Dustups, the Dusknoir, the Dracloak, and the Dragapult. But 2 Ultra Ball there. Obviously, because we are running evolution Pokemon, that means we have free rare candy, allowing us to straight evolve our Duskull into Dusknoir or our Dreepy into Dragapult. To get that quick and early game aggression, we run 2 counter catchers. If we are behind in prizes, we can basically boss up our opponent's Pokemon, and we can still use a supporter because there's an item card. We run 1 Night Stretcher. That's my current thoughts on this deck is a card that I would probably add, 2 cards I would probably add, sorry, is a Raining Alakazam, so you can kind of control where you're moving the damage counters a little bit more in between turns. And also a Super Rod, because currently in the deck this is the only kind of recovery card, and I think just one Super Rod will be pretty good. So do keep that in mind if you want to build this deck. But we do run an Earthen Vessel as that, and I think that's all of the items for this deck. We're going to move on to supporters now. We have 4 Arven, allowing us to search for a item card and a tool. I will go over the tools after the supporters. But Arven allows us to search for all of these cards and the tools that I will show off in a minute. We run 1 Lance. This has not been shown on the channel before, but it allows you to search up for 3 dragon Pokemon, put them in your hand, shuffle your deck. This card is very good because it allows to search you for everything, rather than just being allowed to search for like basics, like Buddy Buddy, or just strictly an evolution, like Ultra Ball or something or other. You are allowed to search for a combo of these, and I'll give you an example. Yesterday I did play it, and because I had Red Candy in hand, I just searched for 2 Dreepy and a Dragapult, so next turn I just Red Candy, Dragapult, and get it going. But a one-off Lance is a pretty good card. You might be able to run 2 if you're able to find the space, but I think 1 is pretty perfect. But for Boss's orders, we run 2 Boss. This is my favourite artwork. This card's probably been shown on the channel a million times. We have 2 more supporters left. We have 3 Iono. Very good disruptive card, as a bit of disruption along with the Itchy Pollen can go a long way for item locking and just giving your opponent a bad hand and they can't use the items in their hand. And it's a very good card. I definitely do like Budew. Budew's such a cool card. It's so funny. The card it's not been in the TCG for over 10 years, I think. And that's back and it's such a good card. But moving on, we have 2 Crispin. I think this is a very underrated card in this deck. It allows you to search for 2 basic energy cards of different types, put 1 into your hand, put 1 onto the other Pokemon, and shuffle the deck. So basically, it allows you to give you a free attach per turn, and you can just attach again by your hand because you get the energy into your hand. It's very good for searching out your energy. Now, we run 1 more Professor's Research, just 1. This is the last supporter card, but discard your hand, draw 7. Just in case you are in a bad situation. For our Ace spec and moving on to the tools, we run 1 Sparkling Crystal. When the Terra Pokemon this card is attached to, it needs to use an attack. It costs 1 energy less, and it can be of any energy type you want. So this is perfect for Dragapult because then you are allowed to use that Phantom Dive for just 1 Psychic or 1 Fire energy. You can't actually see it. I'm going to try and move my light. So there we go. That's a little bit better. Because otherwise it was just in the way. There we go. There, that's a bit better. You can see the Sparkling Crystal a little bit easier. But yeah, it allows you to use Phantom Dive for 1 energy less, and it just makes it such a cheap attack. For more tools, we have 3 more. 1 Devolution, de-evolving our opponent's Pokemon. Because we use that damage spread, we are able to just de-evolve our Pokemon, our opponent's Pokemon, sorry, if they are that low of HP. Can definitely disrupt the board and win them prize favors and all that sort of stuff. But we do still run a TM Evolution. For us, if we are second, we can Arven, For Buddy Buddy, TM Evo, if you have an energy hand, you can evolve your Dreepy straight away, or Duskull. It's pretty good. I think TM Evo is a very good card in this deck. It was the same in the Guardy deck that I done the other day. We run one rescue board, just giving us that free retreat pivot from, because all the Dragapult line is 1 energy to retreat. I think the Duskull might be 2 and the Dusclops is 1. But final cards, the energy cards. We don't run that many. We only run 8, but we do run 4 Psychic. Gonna chuck them down there. And we run 4 Fire energy cards. So that's it. That's basically the whole deck. My thoughts on this deck is going to get very good after post rotation. So when the F cards go out, I think this deck will be one of the best decks in format. I believe it will be very good. What cards does it only loses? Lance. Other than that, all of these cards are in format. I'm almost certain. I'm just looking at them now. All of these cards will remain in format for next rotation, apart from Lance. And you can easily change out Lance for like another Research, another Crispin. And yeah, so this deck doesn't really lose anything for next rotation. So I'm kind of doing an early deck list video on it. But that's the deck list video. As I said before, feel free to screenshot. Please subscribe if you're new. I definitely appreciate those who subscribe and comment. I do read them all, and I do like seeing when I get a comment. And that's probably it for today. There'll be another deck list video soon. It probably might be this week if you're lucky. Probably going to be next week now. But thank you all for watching and have a great rest of your day.